When I was a child, I didn't have a console at first. I would get one eventually, the PlayStation 1, but my first few games I played were on PC, specifically a Windows 95 and then a Windows 98. I'm sure there's a few basic games that I cannot remember now, but the two that stick out, the one that I always consider to be my first games, are the original Tomb Raider that we've already done a video on, and Star Wars Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, a somewhat forgotten 1997 first-person shooter game, sequel to the Dark Forces game I didn't play until recently. I think it was this year that video came out. This game takes that one, the basic shooter that it was, and turns it into something far more. But we'll get to that later. For now, we start. The game starts us on the smuggler's moon of Nar Shaddaa, a place that really needs to appear in the new canon but hasn't yet, or rather at least in a game or something in the new canon, with our protagonist Kyle Katarn from the first game meeting an information broker droid while looking for information about his father's murderer in a filmed cutscene with some particularly poor CGI, where we are betrayed by said droid, and now we're playing. As you can see, this isn't exactly what we call HD, and there's a lot of black empty space. So I'm going to zoom in a bit, so we don't have a full video with a lot of blank. The point of this video is the point of this mission is to chase down the droid. We're doing a lot more than that in this video, while fighting his thugs. I remember this level like the back of my hand. I even remember where the secrets are. And while the game gets a lot harder, this is pretty easy. It's fun though. It feels more unique than the first Dark Forces, which felt quite Doom-inspired. This is very much its own thing. When we eventually find the droid, we blow his arm off, as you do, but of course the information we want falls off. TIE bombers can be an issue, but look at that, Jan Ors saved us. It's nice to see her again. We'll catch up, but first, that disc. That was quick. Of course, getting out of here takes a lot longer, but the level's not hard, even if there's new, slightly tougher enemies. Eventually we get out of here, although it takes a while, with Jan Ors rescuing us. This will become a theme. We learn in a vision about Kyle's force potential, the Valley of the Jedi, and everything that happened, and we're going to head home to find more information, but of course the Dark Jedi have got there first. I never did understand why there were Tusken Raiders on this world that isn't even close to Tatooine. Also don't get why they were holding Wookiee bowcasters either, but I'll take it. You have to remember with this game that this was made before a lot of the established canon was set. So occasionally you'll get a few bits that don't make sense. Anyway, getting around the house was easy, finding where to go was more challenging. I didn't think it'd be underwater. Eventually we do get to Kyle's father's workshop, our goal. The map is gone, but the droid that plays the disc is here. And we do get a lightsaber, so definitely not always coming here. The next level is sewers. Never a fan of sewer levels, so many games do them and I don't like them. Didn't much like falling to my death and realising I forgot to save either. Eventually we get outside to a platforming section. Oh goody, platforming in a 1997 first person shooter. I'm sure it won't be any problem at all. Actually it wasn't that bad. Neither was the swimming section after, minus the drowning. Happy to be getting off of this world and back to hunting down 8088. Oh goody, more sewers. Actually it doesn't last very long, so I'm okay with that. This city itself actually isn't a bad design for its age. Much better than attempts made in Dark Forces 1. Civilians too we need to not kill. Eventually we climb up onto the market, work our way down and around. That's the level done. Quickest regular level in the game. We'll deal with the irregular levels later. Also we've got probe droids, and we keep finding more and more, but that's okay. It's not like it can get any worse. That's an ATST. The name of the game for this is walking around and avoiding him, taking care of the stormtroopers and the like as we do. It's basically a long and complicated path to the upper level, where we run past and away from the ATST like the plague, and then use that platform to jump into the tower we've been trying to infiltrate. Then we take some vents, sneak behind a locked door, chop up an imp, head to the main room with a lot of stormtroopers. Also now we have force powers, which is cool. We learn that Jarek is heading to the valley and the droid is here, but unfortunately so is the Dark Jedi Yoon. Remember I talked about irregular levels? Yeah, this is one of them, our first battle against the Dark Jedi. Yes, our first. As he is our first though, he's not too difficult to beat down, there's plenty of healing items around. Being that Kyle is a Jedi, or at least wants to be, he won't kill him, which allows him time to escape. The stormtroopers don't seem to want to reward the mercy that we've shown him. getting out of the building was easy until I got bombed on a roof. It's also our first time that we have to use the force to jump, and also where I continue to show my impressive parkour skills. When I eventually do succeed in parkour, it's a lot of sneaking around vents and killing stormtroopers. Oh, and also a crate dragon that is immune to most weapons. He takes almost all my thermal detonators and a few slashes of the lightsaber as well to kill. Eventually we get to the roof, to the very end. Oh crap. Once again, Jan is on hand to save us. She's good at that, and we continue to follow the droid. We're at a fuel station now full of Ugnaughts, also stormtroopers and bounty hunters, but we're getting some fancier weapons to deal with them. This level was complicated. There's different switches on each level for raising and lowering the fuel tank, so we can pass through the tank. Fully admit, I used the guide for this area. Getting through eventually takes us to pipes with fuel in them. That's fun. We do get to go to the most glamorous places in the galaxy, don't we? When we're eventually through, we have to jump for it, but at least now we're on the ship. The ship level is not a long one, although plenty of stormtroopers to keep us busy, but the game is getting more difficult. While it's still linear, all the levels are linear, that linear path isn't obvious anymore, so we end up going the wrong way, having to do backtracking, and of course checking guides. Slashing our way through the path takes us to 8088's shuttle, and he's just beyond it. He's also dead, or as dead as the droid can be, and there's a couple of dark Jedi waiting for us. Oh dear. This time we have to deal with two of them, with very different traits. Unlike the last one, I actually died. Gork, the big one, is slow and easy to hit, so killing him wasn't tough. Pick, the little guy, much harder. It does take a few attempts until we eventually vanquish both of them. Do you want to guess what this level is? That's right, getting out of here. Is it easy? Oh no. Some of the levels might be shorter, but none of them are easy now. That's why when I was a kid, I did this with God mode cheats. And now I understand why. Basically, the series of keys I need to get, which lets us through an area, which gets us outside, and once more reunited with Jan. What would we do without her? Literally, what would we do? We would be dead. 8T88 head, not 8D. 8T88 head showed us the location of the Valley of the Jedi, Rathan, although that isn't confirmed. I don't think it had been named when this game came out. Jarrett's there already, of course, and Kyle's going in, of course. I really like this game. I like the lore, and I like this planet, but I did not like this level. Valleys, swimming, and big flying enemies. What's not to like? None of it, that's what. Though I will say, we get to blow up an ATST. That was fun. I was happy to get out of the level, though, and near the ship. But unfortunately, we found more. Fortunately, fighting him shouldn't be too hard, because he is half the man he used to be. Honestly, though, he's not hard. Some slashes he runs away, repeat. I don't really have much to say. It was an easy battle. Kyle kills more, starting to fall to the dark side, and we learn Jan has been captured. Oh dear. Now we have a choice, light or dark. Except the choice has already been made by our actions, and whoops, I spent points on dark side stuff, so I'm going down that path. I didn't plan to, but I am. It's fine then. I saw the light path as a kid, so this will be different. Kyle strikes down Jan. I guess she won't be saving us again, and now we need to escape this slowly falling ship. Once again, we have a level that I don't really have much to say about because it was pretty easy and pretty quick. I will say though, this doesn't feel like it was meant to be a full level, but we get away and save ourselves again. I guess that's the power of the dark side. When we land, we run into battle. Yun again. Time to kill him. If we had gone with the light side option, this battle would have been Saris, the blonde woman, but instead of fighting her, we're fighting Yun. And killing him too. At least when he doesn't kill me first. Turns out the easy solution is to jump up really high, pull out an explosive weapon that he can't deflect, and then just gun him down. Made that fight a lot easier. Next levels are ascending into the Valley of the Jedi. Oh my god, I'm so happy that's unmanned. I did generally enjoy this level, but it was unnecessarily long. By far the longest level we've done so far, but I'm always going to enjoy going through an Imperial facility and killing stormtroopers. We are going to the Valley of the Jedi, and unfortunately Jarek, I'll get his name right one day, is already there and absorbing his power, or its power. We still have ways to go though. One level to get us into the valley would have been enough, but the game gave us two. This time with a proper Imperial facility. It wasn't difficult though, or maybe I've just gotten good with this game. I mean, I even managed this piece of 4-speed platforming first try. When we finally hit the Valley of the Jedi level, It doesn't feel much different at first, but before long we actually go into the ruins. The level is shorter, but I like it. Quite a unique level design. What I didn't like was the crate dragon. Actually, 2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them. Fortunately, they're too big to go through the doorway, and we have explosives. Some more puzzles to do, and then an 80 ST to kill, which isn't exactly hard with rockets, and we are through. On to Bok, the insane Twi'lek Dark Jedi, and I feel like I'm fighting Spring-Heeled Jack here. Without question, the most difficult Sith battle we've had so far, with very limited supplies, and I died quite a few times. Eventually, with a combination of explosives and lightsaber, I got him. But of course, we're not done yet. We have to fight Jarek. With low health, courtesy of Bok, and very few supplies around here, this is hard. I will be honest, I thought I was getting good at this, but he always managed to find a way to be better, always managed to find a way to kill me, and I was getting frustrated. It seemed like I was being given a choice to either devote several hours to this that I don't really have, or give up this project entirely, and neither of those were options that I was willing to take, so I did what any highly skilled gamer does. I cheated. I remembered the old cheat from when I was young, and now I'm invulnerable. Yeah, I know, this doesn't count as a proper victory, but I wanted to finish the game and see the ending, because I never saw the Dark Side ending, so I'm doing it. Eventually I injured him enough that he ran to the tower to heal, and a few more slashes before he got there, got him. This unlocked the ending that I'd never seen before, of the new Emperor Kyle Katarn and his apprentice Saris, which explains why we didn't kill her, before he destroys the last of his memories of his old life, and that was the game. Now, if we went live side, we'd have saved Joan, defeated Jarek, sealed the valley, all that, but of course we didn't go that route, so different ending. It is an ending though, it is the game finished, so after nearly 30 years, what are my thoughts? Honestly, it's still a really fun game. Has it aged badly? Yes. The cutscenes are not well acted and with appalling CGI. The graphics are not much to look at and the level can be a bit repetitive. This could benefit from a remake. However, it still has a solid story, good characters and genuinely fun mechanics. And those have aged well even if the rest haven't, meaning that I was happy to play this game from my past because it met my nostalgic expectations and more. And I would actually recommend this to Star Wars fans today. So that was Star Wars Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. The first of the videos I am pointing out as I am beginning to move on from and wind down YouTube. Because there were several series I'm unwilling to quit before they're done, and the retro Star Wars games are one of them. We will be back with more retro Star Wars, at least the other 2 Jedi Knights of this and several others. But for now we'll be making a very different kind of video on a more game. And I needed my friend's help to make this one. I'll see you then.